Good afternoon and welcome to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch Softball. We're getting ready for the Alamogordo Lady Tigers taking on the Gadsden Lady Panthers. Senior day, final day of the regular season for District 3 5A. So all the games being played today, and hopefully going to see some good matchups or some good games today. Lady Tigers, they cruised to a 26-0 win on Monday over Gadsden, and you'd certainly expect them to probably grab a couple wins today. And at worst, they're going to finish, I think, third place in district. At best, they can get up to second. As long as they get both wins today, we've got a logjam, to say the least. We got Cruces and Mayfield at 7-6, Alamo and Oregon Mountain at 6-7, and of course Centennial sitting up at the top at 13-0. Gadsden at the bottom at 0-13 on the season, or on the district season, I should say. And a nice bounce back for the Lady Tigers. You got to remember, this is a group that was sitting at 1-6 not too long ago, and are closed out the season the way they needed to in order to get their maybe best possible seeding. And if they get both wins today, I think the best scenario for them is that Mayfield and Oregon Mountain split today, and they would end up getting second. I think if Oregon Mountain and Alamo are tied after today, I don't believe Oregon Mountain has to be seated ahead of Alamo. It's since they're tied on district record. The tiebreaker, will determine who finishes second in district, but it doesn't impact the seeding part of things. At least that has been the way in the past. And all of this is kind of crucial for the Lady Tigers, because if they finish second in district, right now they're ranked fourth in the classification on Max Preps. If they can get that 4 seed, they'll host next Friday and Saturday, having that first-round play-in game and then the first quarterfinal. Obviously, they've got to win the first-round playoff game, but it definitely would be a huge bonus to be at home. I think at worst, they're probably in Las Cruces, would be my guess. I preface all of this by saying my bracketology skills when it comes to New Mexico high school sports is not the best, so I usually have it somewhat right, but there are sometimes when it comes to the seeding that there's something that I clearly miss, and I don't know what it would be. But this has been the best district in the state this year. I don't think there's any question about it. And, they should have, in terms of the top 8, they should have a number of those top seeds going into the state playoffs this year. So we're certainly looking forward to seeing how it all shakes out. Certainly today, and I guess score watching, I don't know if that's necessarily something you can really do. Maybe most of the teams in Cruces have been pretty good about uploading their stuff on Max Preps right away, so we might be able to let you guys know. Hey, this is the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. Today's game, Gadsden versus Alamogordo. Games, I should say. We'll have the first one starting here at 5 o'clock, and then the second game will happen at 7. They'll do senior night stuff. And one of the things I always appreciate about the Lady Tigers is they always honor the visiting team seniors, and pretty much every year, the last week of the season is Alamogordo versus Gadsden. So it's almost always the Gadsden seniors that get some goodies and get some recognition in the post game. So they've got a table set up with a whole bunch of stuff of the Lady Tiger seniors, and we'll be sure to mention them throughout the broadcast today. But we'll go ahead and take our first break and come back here on the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. First pitch in about 10 minutes. It's Alamogordo versus Gadsden. Hope you stay with us.
Need a break? Does sun, sand, and adventure sound inviting? This is Susie Orwell with First National Bank. A quick and easy personal loan can help make it happen. Apply today and turn your getaway into unforgettable memories.
First National Bank, member FDIC, all subject to credit approval.
Is your out-of-town bank or credit union giving you the best mortgage deal? Don't let loyalty cost you. This is Justin at First National Bank. Speak with one of our experts to learn how much you can save.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all subject to credit approval.
The winners Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back here to Grady Fields, the Lady Tiger Fast Pitch Complex. And the Alamogordo Lady Tigers and the Gadsden Lady Panthers getting ready to get underway here in just about 7 minutes-ish. I'm sure it all depends. I haven't seen the umpires walk up quite yet, but all of the usual pregame stuff. We'll have starting lineup, national anthem, meeting between the coaches. Gadsden is on a knee in a circle around the third base bag right now. With their maroon uniforms, white numerals, white pants. Alamogordo's in their white pinstripes today. Actually, white uniforms with black pinstripes. And these two teams, as I said, played on Monday with the Lady Tigers rolling to a 26-0 victory. And I wouldn't be too shocked to see a couple of Mercy Roll games. Gadsden, they played decent in their first couple of district games, and since then it's been a struggle for them. 5-19 on the year, 0-13 in district. They lost to Oregon Mountain 3-0. I mean, in that game, 9-4 lost to them. And they also, their second game against Cruces was 11-6. So I mean, there were some games that they were in. Every other game has been a 10-run rule plus game. I think the Alamo's game on Friday, or on Monday, I should say, only went to 3 innings before it was ended up being called. So we'll see. Gadsden has drastically improved their different teams, I feel like, over years, especially the girls' teams in recent seasons. Softball hasn't quite gotten there yet, but I've seen the girls' soccer program improve immensely over the last few years. The girls' basketball program has certainly shown some big improvements, and I think there have been years that this Gadsden softball team has certainly been better than others. This year just hasn't been it. They started off pretty well. They picked up wins over Chaparral and Deming and Bel Air and Santa Teresa and San Eli, and they were in a lot of games with Cobre, who's a really, really good 3A team. Deming lost a 5-4 game to them. Canutillo out of El Paso, pretty competitive against Hanks. But, yeah, the district season started off pretty well. They, like I said, they played solidly, it felt like, against Oregon Mountain. And it just, over the last, 10 games or so, it just hasn't quite been the same competitiveness. But important for the Lady Tigers to, not take things too lightly. They won pretty comfortably the other day, but, they have to, take this as seriously as they do, any other matchup. And that has never been a problem, I feel like, for the Lady Tigers, against teams that they know they should beat. They're usually, when it comes to softball, usually they don't have a problem, Can't say that wouldn't happen today, but and I always hate to use the term that they should beat, but based on Monday, they should win these 2 games today. So we do have some other high school sports going on throughout the area today. Alamogordo baseball's down in Anthony today taking on Gadsden. That first game started at 4. They'll play another game as soon as, obviously, they finish up that first one. And then we also have Tularosa softball at home. They've got their senior night tonight as well, a single game against Cobre. The most important series, certainly of the district season for them. They take 2 out of 3 from Cobre this week. They'll be district champs. Both teams go into that unbeaten in district play. That's all we got. Oh, and we also had Mescalero Apache Golf over at the Wildcat Invitational in Clovis. And let me pull that up here. So, Mescalero finished in 3rd place behind Roswell and Clovis, shooting a .368 on the boys' side. And we'll see if they had the girls' team compete as well. They at least had some individuals competing in the events. Yeah, it looks like they had 3. Ana Sanchez finished 39th, Kaylin Chino 41st, and Molly Pena finished in 42nd. So we do have the coaches meeting at home plate right now. Let's go and get you the lineups. We'll start with Gadsden. Brianna Flores wearing number 00. She's the center fielder. She leads things off. Abigail Rodriguez is the shortstop and is wearing number 15. She hits second. Hitting third is Crystal Lucero, number 21. She's the starting catcher. First baseman Jasmine Alcantar is wearing number 23, hitting cleanup. In the number 5 spot in the order is Kaylee Vasquez, number 3, and she is the third baseman. Hitting 6th and wearing number 5 is Isabel Pinon, and playing in left field, the second baseman is Georgette Sanchez. She wears number 11 and hits 7th. Hitting 8th is the pitcher, Connie Jean Heredia. She wears number 7. And rounding out the lineup is number 9, Genesis Pedrosa. She is the right fielder. For the Alamogordo Lady Tigers, pretty similar lineup to most of the season. Amani Kosum is the second baseman. She leads off wearing number 12. Haley Evans is wearing number 13. Did I have that backwards? I feel like I have that backwards. I thought Haley was 12. I feel like I copied that down wrong. I don't know. Okay, well. I feel like, I want to say maybe she put down that wrong in the lineup unless they switch numbers. I'll have to look up down at I see Amani and Haley over there, but I can't tell which numbers they're wearing. Anyhow, Chloe Lenar wearing number 23. She's hitting third. She's the pitcher. Number 24 is Davi Gonzalez, and she's the third baseman. Hitting 5th is Alyssa Bautista, the first baseman, wearing number 29. Iceland Ortiz is number 15, and she is the shortstop. Hitting 6th. Hitting 7th is Alexis Rodriguez, wearing number 28, and the right field. Madison Ruiz, the center fielder, is wearing number 27, and number 22, Andrea Sanchez, is the left fielder, and she'll round out the lineup for the Lady Tigers. And the reserves, Addie Chamberlain, number 17, number 14, Madi Colorado, number 16, Lola Carbajal, number 20, Parker Wade, number 10, Reagan Rose, number 11, Jocelyn Pittman, number 19, Elise Roman, and number 25, Addison Cisco. By the way, the reserves for Gadsden, number 99, Brooklyn Yount, and number 1, Analia Reza. So the meeting at the home plate is done, and we're going to have the starting lineups announced here in just a little while. And I'm still trying to figure out if the jersey numbers are right. I said I feel like Amani's always worn 13, but I'm tempted to listen in here. But anyhow, they are going to announce the starting lineups, and so we will go ahead and take a commercial break. The first pitch coming up for you guys here in just a little while, so stick around with us. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Is your out-of-town bank or credit union giving you the best mortgage deal? Don't let loyalty cost you. This is Justin at First National Bank. Speak with one of our experts to learn how much you can save.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all subject to credit approval.
Dreaming of sandy beaches or unforgettable family adventures? This is Susie Orwell with First National Bank. A personal loan can help you discover your dream vacation. Apply today. It's closer than you think.
First National Bank, member FDIC, all subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
So, how are the kids?
Well, Emily made the honor roll.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah, we're really proud of her. Tyler, on the other hand, though.
What's going on?
He's been moody lately, just feeling down and not like himself.
Oh, we've been there. Nick was struggling last spring. He was so anxious and stressed.
Really? What helped?
Well, he joined the soccer team. And ever since, he's been a lot happier. He has more energy, he's less stressed, and he's definitely in a better mood at home. It's made a huge difference.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad he's getting out of the house, he's getting some exercise, and he's off his phone for once. It's been good for his mental health.
Sounds like it's been good for your mental health, too.
Participating in New Mexico high school sports improves students' physical and mental health. Encourage your son or daughter to get involved. This message presented by the NMAA and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. We are ready to get this one underway. The Alamogordo Lady Tigers, the Gadsden Lady Panthers, game one of two of our doubleheader. And I was correct. Haley's 12, Amani's 13. So hopefully Coach saw that before she submitted her lineup cards. She flipped the numbers. So I don't know if that'll be an issue or not. I tried to pass it down, make sure that they were aware. But I would imagine somebody saw that at some point, perhaps. But Lady Tigers are getting ready to try and pick up the final two wins of the season. And with that, that would be 5 straight wins to wrap up the year. But I think if you go a little bit further back, let me see here. All right, looks like the the lineup card is correct now. All right, just wanted to make sure. That's one of those things that if you don't have it right in there, I mean, and you put somebody up in the lineup that you shouldn't, then it obviously can be a problem. So, and I see the home plate umpire is going over and talking to the Gadsden team as well. So I think they did have to adjust that. So all good. All right, ready to go. And Gadsden with Brianna Flores is going to lead things off. Chloe Lunar pitching, and Flores will foul that off. And we're underway. So the center fielder hitting from the right-hand side. And here comes the pitch. That's right on the outside corner for a strike. And the count is 0-2. And if Chloe's spotting that well here early, that's a good sign for the Lady Tigers if she can hit that outside corner right where she wants. And a swing and a miss, and she picks up a strikeout to begin the game. The Abigail Rodriguez now, the shortstop. And also hitting in the right-hand side. She wears number 15. The Lady Tigers, remember, 1-6 in district not that long ago. But took 2 out of 3 from Mayfield, took 2 out of 3 from Gadsden, from Las Cruces. Beat Gadsden. And I guess they actually listed the score as 28-0 up on Max Preps. In there for a strike, and the count is 1-1. As first pitch missed high. And here comes the pitch from Lunar. That's a little bit low. 2-1. We've been lucky with some really nice weather this week for our high school sports. A little breezy today, but not too bad at all. That'll be on the outer half for a strike, and the count is 2-2. Monday for baseball was great, and I think for all the other baseball, softball, golf that's been happening this week, it's been pretty nice. Here comes the 2-2. And this is fouled off, and Rodriguez keeps herself alive in the at-bat. Lady Tigers at 15-9, 6-7 overall. I said ranked number 4 overall in the state. And that's a called strike 3 on the outside corner. And back-to-back strikeouts for Chloe Lunar. Just behind Centennial, La Cueva, and Cibola. Just ahead of Mayfield, Piedra Vista. I think that's one with PV that with them, they believe that they're in first place in their district. No, that would be Cibola. I take that back. So, yeah, the only thing you're concerned about the Lady Tigers of not getting the 4 seed, if there's maybe a district champ that might not, or that might be ranked a little bit lower that gets moved up, but I don't think that'll be the case. Counts 0-1. And a check swing. Did she go around? She did not, and it'll be 1-1. Crystal Lucero, the catcher, getting her first at-bat of the day. And here comes the pitch. Swing, a miss, 1-2. Quick check of the wrist sheet. And here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, and she strikes out the side. So down in order go the Gadsden Lady Panthers, and we go to the bottom of the first inning with the Alamogordo Lady Tigers and the Gadsden Lady Panthers scoreless on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Stay right here with us.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We take great pride in our Tiger student athletes. We wish them all the best and cheer them on as they compete this season. We recognize these outstanding athletes for their commitment on the track, court, and field. Their dedication is inspiring, and we celebrate their hard work and sportsmanship. Join us in supporting our Tigers. First National Bank has been your hometown community bank since 1956, proudly cheering on the Alamogordo Tigers every step of the way. Go Tigers!
Member FDIC.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Amani Kosum leads things off for the Alamogordo Lady Tigers. And Connie Jean Heredia will see it bunted to her, and she sees it also go off her glove. And that'll be an E1, and it'll put the Lady Tigers on the base path. And it certainly could be one of those games for the Lady Tigers just trying to put it in play. If Gadsden defensively is not as solid as they need to be, you want to, put contact on the softball and make them make plays. And I'd bet for sure that Kosum is going to be headed towards second here. Crystal Lucero, the catcher, probably be tested. Yeah, and there goes Kosum. A pretty good throw. The pitch was off the mark, so that made it difficult for Lucero. But Amani picks up the steal. We've seen her steal all the way around the base paths in the very first at-bat after hers before, so don't be terribly shocked if she tries to go to third. And a bunt by Evans, and that is a beautiful bunt. Just runs right up the third baseline. That's about as good as it gets. And that'll move Kosum to third. Evans in first. We'll see if Haley gets a courtesy runner here or if they'll let her stay on. Looks like she is going to run. And it'll bring up Chloe Lunar. I don't think Chloe will be bunting, but she might. Sure seen a couple of her teammates in front of her lay down some good ones. But with runner on third, I'm sure they're wanting her to swing away. And first pitch is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Lineup for the Lady Tigers: Amani Kosum, Haley Evans, Chloe Leonard, Davi Gonzalez hitting fifth, Alyssa Bautista, Iceland Ortiz. Well outside, 1-1. Alexis Rodriguez, Madison Ruiz, and Andrea Sanchez round out the lineup. Gadsden defensively, we already mentioned Connie Jean Heredia as the pitcher. Crystal Lucero, the catcher. Jasmine Alcantar is the first baseman. Second baseman is Georgette Sanchez. Here's the 1-1. That'll miss high. Evans steals. And so runner on second and third now for the Lady Tigers. And a 2-1 count here to Lunar. Left side of the infield, Abigail Rodriguez at short. And Kaylee Vasquez is at third. The 2-1. And this is going to be ripped out to left center field. An easy double for Lunar. And both runs will score. Standing up into second is Chloe. And she picks up a pair of RBIs, just shot its opposite field. And puts another runner in scoring position for the Lady Tigers. Davi Gonzalez hitting lefty as well, steps in. And low and outside, it misses. Count is 1-0. 2-0 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Lady Tigers leading the Gadsden Lady Panthers. And again outside, 2-0. Ready into her motion. Here comes the pitch. And she loses that one high and inside. And it's 3-0. Alyssa Bautista standing in the on-deck circle. I don't think we ran through the outfield for Gadsden. We did in our pregame, but we want to do it here again. Isabel Pignon in left. Center field is Brianna Flores. Right field is Genesis Pedroza. And this is a high pop-up that should stay playable. Catcher trying to get underneath it, and she's got it. So a pop-up for Davi, and Crystal Lucero will take that herself. And it'll bring up Alyssa Bautista. Still a runner on second, but now one down in the bottom of the first inning. Really good crowd that has come out here for senior night tonight. And, of course, I think a lot of the JV players are in the stands as well. And here's one, hits the right center field. That will plate Lunar, who held up at third for just a second there. And Bautista got into second. And so a double and an RBI. Second extra base hit for the Lady Tigers in the inning. And 3-0 with Iceland Ortiz back at the plate. Good to see Ice. Last time we saw her in a game was a couple weeks ago when she took one off of her shin. She didn't play in the Cruces game. But I think that was the second game of the doubleheader against Mayfield, and she was pitching. And was it Mayfield? Yeah, I believe it was Mayfield. And so she missed a little bit of time, but nice to see her back out there. And she may have played on Monday and may have played in the doubleheader against Cruces last week. And this is in the air, and I think it's going to get out of play. It will, off the top of the Alamogordo dugout. And the count even at 1-1 here on Ortiz. Three to nothing, Alamogordo. Gadsden doing some repositioning on their outfield. You could hear their coach kind of yelling out some instructions it sounded like. As here comes the 1-1. That'll miss high. 2-1 here to Ortiz. So state tournament brackets will be announced on Sunday. And we know this team is going to be in the state playoffs. The question is, where are they going to be seated? Where are they going to be playing? A couple wins today, and I think if things break exactly their way, here's a single hit right back up the middle, and they'll hold Bautista. And on the throw, Ortiz is able to get to second. A single for Ice. And second and third now here for Alexis Rodriguez. But the question for Alamogordo, is it going to be a 4 seed? Is it going to be a 5 seed? Is it going to be something different? I mean, if it's anything less than a 4 seed, they'll be playing on the road next Friday. As that's in there for a strike. 0-1 to Rodriguez. The change in the format in the way that they're doing the first round, and they're also going to play the first game of the double elimination in the opening weekend. And that pitch is a little bit low, and the count evens up at 1-1. So the top 4 seeds will host. You'll do the play-in game, which that'll be 1 through 16, and then the winner of the 2 playing games will play each other in the first game of double elimination. So 8 teams will be eliminated in the first weekend. Quick throw out to the shortstop. They're playing in, and I guess trying to keep a close eye on Ice there. She can't really go anywhere with the runner on third, but the 2-1. That'll miss high as well. 3-1 here to Alexis. So how it would work is Alamogordo would play the 13. If they're the 4 seed, they'd play the 13 seed on Friday. And if they win, they would play the winner of the 5-12 matchup on Saturday. And that'll miss high, and a walk for Rodriguez. So there's one down in the inning, and the bases loaded. 3 runs already across. Haley Evans a single. Chloe Lenar a double after Amani Kosum reached on an error. Pop out for Davi, then a double for Bautista that brought in Lunar. Single for Ortiz, walk for Rodriguez, and now Maddie Ruiz hitting from the left-hand side. Here's one that just gets away from the catcher, but nobody able to advance. And it'll be 1-0 here to Madison. Pretty good patience here for the Lady Tigers. They haven't been super aggressive in going after pitches and just taking what's been given to them. And here comes the 1-0. And here's a ground ball to third. They're going to get at least one. They'll toss it over there. I'm surprised the third baseman didn't just kind of head back to the bag at third and step on it and try to pick up the double play, but they get the for sure out. RBI ground out for Ruiz, 5-3. And Andrea Sanchez will come up with runners on second and third. Pitch a little high, 1-0. And it was Bautista that scored on that last play. Ortiz at third, Rodriguez at second. 4-0 Alamogordo here in the first inning. That's in there for a strike. 1-1 to Sanchez. Lady Tigers have put up all 9 to the plate here in this inning. One is fouled off, and 1-2 now. Here's the pitch. And this will be fouled off again up the first base side. Count is still 1-2. Now, it's definitely been more of an up and down year this year for the Lady Tigers. They've had to battle through some adversity to get to this spot again. But they're still in a great chance to have a good postseason. Here's a ground ball to third, toss on to first. And that is out number 3. Lady Tigers leave 2 on. They plate 4. 1 Gadsden error. And Alamogordo with 4 hits in the inning. It is 4-0 after 1 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230, 1019.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Is your out-of-town bank really giving you the best mortgage deal? This is Emily from First National Bank. Not all mortgage loans are the same. Choosing the right one could mean big savings for you. Personalized service from our team of experts will help you find the best options available. Don't let loyalty cost you more than it should. Find the right mortgage solution that works for you. Talk to our mortgage experts today and learn how much you can save.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all on subject to credit approval.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 12:30, 101.9. We go to the bottom of the, or should say the top of the second inning. Jasmine Alcantar, 1-1 the count. Watch the first one miss. Watch the second one in there for a strike. The righty facing the left-handed pitching Chloe Lunar, who goes off speed, but that'll just tail away outside and low. 2-1. 4-0 Alamogordo on the Richardson Motor scoreboard after one inning complete. I'm sure Gadsden would love to just get something positive going here in the top of the second inning. Chloe struck out the side, and here's a foul tip to the backstop, and it's 2-2. Into the windup, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and make that 4 strikeouts out of 4 batters faced for Chloe Lenar. And there's 1 down. Not as good of a start as you could ask for. Kaylee Vasquez, the third baseman now, comes to the plate for the Lady Panthers. Here's the pitch. And that'll miss inside. Count is 1-0. Missing just a little bit high. And now 2-0. Base is empty here with 1 out. 2-0 just misses. 3-0. Now, so far, Chloe's been right on the mark with her pitches. This is the first time she's gotten herself a bit behind in the count. And that'll miss low and away, and she surrenders the walk. So base runner here for Gadsden, and it'll bring up Isabella Pignon. She will also hit from the right-hand side. Top of 2, 4-0 Alamogordo. And a long wait before Pignon steps in. She was checking her score sheet. And this one hit in the air to right field, but right at Rodriguez. She'll make the grab. But I will say first bit of really good contact off the bat for Gadsden. Like I said, just trying to find positives for themselves to maybe build some confidence. You'll see yourself sit down on strikes a few times. That doesn't do much for you, but draw a walk, make some contact on one that if she hits that out to the gap, that's a double. That's in there for a strike to Georgette Sanchez, 0-1. Lady Tigers will have top of the order due up in the bottom half of the inning. They sent all 9 to the plate in the bottom of the first. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. After surrendering that 4-pitch walk, Lenar gets a quick out and now finds herself ahead in the count, 0-2. Top of 2 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And here comes the pitch from Lenar. Right in there, called strike 3. That's strikeout number 5. And the Lady Tigers give up the walk, but 1 left on. No hits, no runs, no errors. And we go to the bottom of the second on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Lady Tigers 4, Lady Panthers nothing. And we'll be right back.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle,
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Swing and a miss for Amani Kosum here in the bottom of the second inning. 4-0 Lady Tigers, and Alamogordo gets the top of the order due up. Amani laid down a bunt, which was right back to the circle in her first at-bat. And it was misplayed by the pitcher, Heredia. Kosum going to hit this in the air. Should get all the way to the wall. It does. Up the line, third base. Kosum will hold up. Well, no, she is going to go to third, actually, because the throw was a little bit misplayed by the shortstop for Gadsden, and so it'll end up being a triple for Kosum. Lady Tigers put a runner on third, right away to start things here in the bottom of the second inning. And so Haley Evans to the plate. Haley single and a run scored, a stolen base in her first at-bat. And in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Connie Jean Heredia in the circle for Gadsden. Top of the order had a pretty good run through. Single, double for Evans and Lunar. And this is in the air to deep left center field. It carries. It is over the fence. And a home run for Haley Evans. 2-run shot. And the Lady Tigers lead 6-0. Lady Tigers have hit it all the way around the base paths. Triple, double, home run, single. They've done it all in this game so far. That's a single and a home run now for Evans. 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored and now 2 RBIs. And it'll bring up Chloe Lunar, who's got herself a couple of RBIs on doubles. Just a heads up on the mercy rule. I believe if a team is up 15-0 after 3 innings, the game is called. The team on the mercy side of it, they get at least their 3 at-bats. Or I should say they at least get an at-bat for everybody in the lineup, I should say. Fouled off by Lunar, and 0-1. And, of course, it's 10-0 once we've gone after 5 innings. I think it's 15-0 after 3 or 4, and then 5, it's 10. That'll miss high and away. 1-1 to Lunar. Base is empty and nobody out after the Evans home run. High and away here to Lunar. 2-1 the count. Into the wide. Here's the pitch. That's away, and it's 3-1. The pitch. And she'll watch that miss well outside. And that'll be a walk. Here's as we get a courtesy runner here for Chloe. And it looks like that'll be the case. Well, I thought. Yeah. So now we see Coach Ronnie Reyes come in, and I think they're going to do a courtesy for the pitcher, who, of course, is Chloe. And we'll see who gets the nod to do that. They're still trying to figure out who it's going to be. Madi has done it a lot. So is Addie. Yeah, Addie not in the starting lineup today. That's because it's senior day. Andrea Sanchez getting starts today. Of course, along with Alexis Rodriguez and Maddie Ruiz. And this is hit high in the air out to center field. I don't think it's going to quite carry. And getting about all the way to second, and that was pretty close to a double up. Addie was basically on the bag at second base and had to run back. And that was a nice throw from the center fielder for Gadsden, Brianna Flores. That was about a step away from being a double up. So Davi pops out for the second time today, this time out to center field. And bring Melissa Bautista now. Bautista showing bunt, brings it back. Addie pretty easily steals, gets out to second base. So Addie with a stolen bag, and now a runner at scoring position here for the Lady Tigers. Lissa Bautista doubled in a run and would eventually score later in that first inning. Lefty swung on the very first pitch. She waited there to get the runner out at second. She'll swing and miss at this one, though. Good off-speed pitch there from Heredia, and it's 1-1. See Coach Ronnie Reyes in the third base box just telling Melissa to calm down a little bit. Maybe don't go after that pitch. One misses down and away. 2-1. Yeah, I think it's probably difficult for hitters, just based on what we've seen, the different players hitting it all over the ballpark in this game, to not just go up there and, try to swing at the first pitch that you see. You got to stick in your routine and wait for one that you can actually do something with. As pitch misses a little bit high there, 3-1. And so there's something to be said that, you're not going up against somebody that's got a lot of speed on their pitches. Heredia is going to try to beat you on location. The 3-1. That'll be a ball, and that will be a walk as Bautista heads over to first base. 6-0 Lady Tigers, if you're just tuning in. Game one of our doubleheader as Iceland Ortiz comes in, and she is 1 for 1 with a single today. Showing bunt, brings it back. And it's like it's a called strike. And usually when the Lady Tigers do that, it's something is on, like they were trying to double steal or something there, but nobody was running. And Ice again showing bunt, brings it back. Pitch is high and away. 1-1 to Ortiz. A little bit more of a breeze blowing in straight from center field, but on this beautiful day, it actually feels pretty nice. Here comes the 1-1. Shows bunt, brings it back. Pitch misses high. Pickoff throw to first. Did they get her? Okay, didn't get her. So the tag was, the throw was there in time, but the tag never was applied to Bautista. From our angle up here, you couldn't really tell. The umpire on the field had a much better view of when she swept the glove by. Here comes the 2-1. And the pitch misses low, and it's 3-1. But that was definitely a good decision by the catcher, Crystal Lucero, as Alamo been kind of leaking away from the base a little bit too far and nearly got caught. 3-1 is a hard-hit ground ball just off the glove of the third baseman. And Chamberlain will easily score on the play. Now I'm going to go ahead and give Ice the RBI single there. Difficult play for the third baseman. And so Lady Tigers with 3 runs in this inning to add on to the 4 from the first. They're up 7-0 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And it'll bring up Alexis Rodriguez, who drew a walk her first time up. And into the line. Here's the pitch. That's on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Ortiz at first, Bautista at second. Rodriguez at the plate. Heredia into her motion. Here's the 0-1. That misses high, 1-1. So a reminder, the district set up 13-0 for Centennial. They've won the district championship already. And then a log jam between second and fifth. As that misses down and into Rodriguez, 2-1. Or Las Cruces and Mayfield are at 7-7. It's Alamogordo and Oregon Mountain are at 6-7. And a lot of different ways things could go. You'd expect Alamogordo to end up at 8-7 after tonight. And that's going to miss inside, maybe a bit high, 3-1. Wouldn't count out Las Cruces against Centennial. Certainly could see them getting at least one off of them. I'd be a little surprised if they swept both games today. Here comes the 3-1. As that'll miss high and maybe a bit away. And it's another walk. Third walk in the inning surrendered by Heredia. Loads the bases again, and it'll bring up Maddie Ruiz, who grounded out to third. Did pick up an RBI on that. And then I have no idea what will happen between Oregon Mountain and Mayfield. Those games could go either way. Mayfield could take both. Oregon Mountain could take both. It could be a split. As the pitch misses away, and a pickoff throw to third is going to get away. And so that'll allow runners to move up to second and third as well. E2 brings a run in. And now 8-0, Lady Tigers. And in the dirt, Lucetto able to snatch that up easily, 2-0. But we'll say again, for a team that was sitting at 1-6 in district not that long ago, to be fighting out for second place is a pretty impressive bounce back for this Lady Tiger team. They had a bad week against Centennial, and then looked like they had bounced back against Oregon Mountain, but went on the road and lost 2. And then went on the road and lost 1 to Mayfield. Before coming back here and getting a huge doubleheader sweep and just a crazy back-and-forth game. 3-1 the count. And then won the second game of that doubleheader. That was kind of the turnaround. They lost a really close game to Cruces at home, but to go on the road last Thursday and win both those games, that was kind of the turning point in their season to give them a chance again to be a top 4 seed. They were going to be a playoff team regardless, and we're probably going to be a top 8 seed. But it looks like we're going to have a visit from the Gadsden bench here. I don't know if we'll see a pitching change or, yeah, looks like we will see a pitching change. So it'll be number 99 for Gadsden that will step in. Brooklyn Younts will pitch now for the Panthers. Now that's going to be just a straight change, or if they're going to make any other adjustments here. So Yount will warm up. We will take a break. On the Richardson Motor scoreboard, it's 8-0 Alamogordo. And the Lady Tigers have the bases loaded with 1 out. Andrea Sanchez will hit when we return. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Need a break? Does sun, sand, and adventure sound inviting? This is Susie Orwell with First National Bank. A quick and easy personal loan can help make it happen. Apply today and turn your getaway into unforgettable memories.
First National Bank, member FDIC, all in subject to credit approval.
Is your out-of-town bank or credit union giving you the best mortgage deal? Don't let loyalty cost you. This is Justin at First National Bank. Speak with one of our experts to learn how much you can save.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all in subject to credit approval.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. Ground ball to third, and it's right through the third baseman's legs, and the run will score. That one, I think we're going to have to give an error there. E5 does bring a run in, keeps the bases loaded. And so, it'll be Amani Kosum up again here in the second inning, as Lady Tigers have batted around. Still just one out, and they're up 9-0. So if Lady Tigers complete 6 more in this inning, I believe all they have to do is get the 3 outs, as this is a ground ball that is fouled. Again, it's Brooklyn Younts now. And then is pitching, number 99. She was on the bench, so no movement defensively for Gadsden. 0-1 to count here to Kosum, who tripled her last time up. But getting a look at a different pitcher here. Another righty. Here it comes. And that's going to drop in there for a strike. 0-2. I think Amani thought that one was a little bit high. You got to be a little careful there. She kind of held up in her hand. It was high and then was shaking her head. And umpires don't love that. 0-2. High and away. 1-2. Yount into her motion. Here's the pitch. Hard hit and foul. That'll clip off the third base bag and go foul. And so the count is still 1-2. And now we've got the field umpire going out and talking to the pitcher. Yeah, this particular umpire, that's happened a few times with pitchers this year. I don't know what exactly he's seeing there, but and this one lifted in the air, but going to go foul up the third base line. And so we'll keep the count at 1-2. Bases loaded with 1 out. Lady Tigers in front 9-0. 5 runs home here in this bottom of the second. Senior day with Lady Tigers. I believe they'll be doing their ceremony after game 2 as that pitch misses high. 2-2. Here's the pitch. And fouled off. And keep the at-bat alive. 8th pitch of the at-bat here. So Sanchez, Ruiz, and Rodriguez, the Lady Tigers seniors, they'll be honoring later today. The 2-2. And now 3-2 as it misses high. Yount came in and got a ground ball from Sanchez that should have at least been an out. Could have possibly been 2. But went into the outfield past the third baseman. And Kosum chasing one low there. Got a piece of it. Probably would have earned her a walk, though. And she's doing a little bit of a golf swing, standing outside the box. I think somebody must have pointed out something from the dugout. And here's ground ball. That's a base hit into the outfield. That will move everybody up 1. Well, they're going to try and score here, and it's going to be safe because it goes out of the glove of the catcher. And so the run will score, and the Lady Tigers lead 11-0. And they'll have runners on second and third. So it's a pretty good throw from the shortstop. I was a little surprised that they sent the runner there. That was Ruiz. Yeah, with her speed, I understand the thought, but it'll be a 2 RBI single for Akosum. And she ends up on second on the throw. And Haley Evans up again. She had a home run earlier this inning. 2 RBIs, her second at-bat of the inning. Let's see if she can do it again. Yeah, she can hit a ground ball up the middle. That'll get through for a base hit. 1 run will score. Kosum should have easily played as well. And so 2 RBIs. Not quite as spectacular as the home run for Evans, but I'm sure she'll take that. And it's 13-0, Alamogordo. And bring up Chloe Lunar, who walked in her last at-bat. Her courtesy runner, Addie Ruiz, scored. Or Addie Chamberlain, I'm sorry. And this is lifted out to right center field. That'll be a base knock. Lunar will hold up at first. Evans will get to third on the play. And so second hit of the day for Lunar. And bring up Davi Gonzalez, who's looking to get going here. A couple of pop-outs, both of those against Heredia. And the courtesy runner in for the Lady Tigers, Addie Chamberlain, will run again for Lunar. I believe the Lady Tigers can play 2 more runs this inning. All they got to do is get the 3 outs, and Chamberlain's going to advance to second on a stolen base. And a base hit from Davi, especially with Addie's speed at second. Should bring him in. And there's a ground ball to the right side. That is through for a base hit. And Chamberlain will score pretty easily. And so 2 RBIs for Davi. And bring up Alyssa Bautista now. Double and a walk, an RBI. 2 runs scored for the Lady Tiger first baseman. 15-0, Alamogordo. And that's going to be in there for a strike. 0-1. And this is a ground ball towards short. Toss on to first, and just got her. That was about a step away from beating it out. Does move Davi up to second, but 6-3 on the putout, and there's 2 down. And they'll bring up Iceland Ortiz, who singled twice, got an RBI, and a run scored. The run scored and the RBI happened earlier in the inning. This is the 15th hitter of the inning for the Lady Tigers, 11 runs home. And just missing high is Younts. 1-0. Here's the pitch. And that'll miss just outside. 2-0. And a hard hit, but going to be foul up the third base line for Ortiz. And the count is 2-1. Yeah, check and see if maybe we've got a final score from Anthony Alamogordo baseball playing Gadsden today. They picked up a solid 3-1 win on Monday, on senior day for those guys. And they did pick up a victory 8-1. So the Tigers pulled away late. 3 in the 6th and 2 in the 7th on 11 hits. Looks like Jaden Ruiz was 3 for 4. Ryan Macklin was 2 for 4. Good day for him. Kellen Wall, a couple of hits. This is in the air out to right field. It's probably going to drop foul. It will. And it'll be 2-2. 2 outs, runner on second, a 2-2 count. No, I'm sorry, 3-2 the count. And I'll do my best to not call Brooklyn Robin out throughout this game, as that's hit out to left center field by Ortiz. And a pretty routine there, RBI single, so she picks up her second RBI of the day. And it's 16-0 Alamogordo. Now, happy for the Tigers picking up some wins here at the end of the season. Just went through an incredibly tough stretch through that middle of the year. They started off 7-1 and would lose 14 straight. Here's one ripped right back up the middle. That'll be a base hit for Alexis Rodriguez. But got to win over Cruces, and have taken 2 out of Gadsden. They'll get 1 more tonight. So love to see them finish off on a high note to wrap up their season. Rodriguez with her first hit of the day there. She had walked twice and scored a run. And now Maddie Ruiz up. And Ruiz will hit a ground ball to short. And they will step on the bag and get the third out. So as long as Chloe Narr can come up here and get 3 outs without a run or 2 runs scoring, we will finish out this game in 3 innings. We'll head to the top of the third here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle,
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9, as the Lady Tigers need 3 outs, and they can secure a win here in Game 1. Hard hit ground ball up the middle, and that'll be a base hit. So Brooklyn Youts, who came in as a pitcher, comes right up and slashes one into the outfield. And so Gadsden gets their first hit, so they're going to try to not let this one go away quietly. They're going to send it a courtesy runner, and it'll be Analia Reza that will run for Youts. And a swing and a miss from Genesis Pedroza, the right fielder. Her first at-bat of the day. Chloe just faced 1 over the minimum. She surrendered a walk in the 2nd inning. And here's a quick throw to first after a pitch missed high. Count evens up at 1-1. And a swing and a miss from Pedroza after one comes up and in, and it's 1-2 the count. 16-0 Lady Tigers as we sit here in the top of the 3rd inning. And for those not aware of the mercy rules, if a team is up by 15 runs or more after 3 innings, the game is over. And actually 2.5 here in this case, because it just be Gadsden that'll get a chance to hit here. 1-2. So I don't know if they'll take the full 20-minute break in between games before we play the second one. Check swing on a pitch that was a little bit high. 2-2. I know they like to break the field and get things back in condition for the second game, so I'll probably take time to do that. Low and outside. 3-2 now. Runner on first after the first hit of the day for Gadsden. And comes a 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout. So it's one down. It's strikeout number 6 for Lennar. And now pitch them is high. 1-0 to Brianna Flores. She struck out in her first at-bat. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss. 1-1. A rather economical first game so far for the Lady Tigers. The 1-1. And fouled off the screen. 1-2. And looking for the Lady Tigers. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 hits to go along with those 16 runs. In the dirt to Flores. 2-2. Gadsden with 4 errors. A number of walks in there as well. That's going to miss away. And the count goes full again, 3-2. So maybe not going quite as smooth as planned here in the top of the third inning. Gone to a full count twice, giving up a single. And here comes the 3-2. And that's going to be low and away, and it's a walk. So if Gadsden can bring in these two on the base paths, this game will carry forward to the fourth inning. And time going to be called by Haley Evans and try to settle things down with her pitcher. I tell you, we haven't seen a whole lot of balls in play in this game. 6 strikeouts, a walk, a pop out, and that single. The only 2 that have actually gone into play. As Coach Ronnie Reyes will also join the meeting in the circle now. And so trying to get things settled down and ready to go. It looks like the meeting is over. Everybody heads back to their positions. I feel like we haven't talked about the fielders a lot. Alyssa Bautista at first. Monty Cosems at second. Iceland Ortiz at short. Davi Gonzalez at third. That's right in there for a strike. 0-1. Andrea Sanchez in left. Center fielder is Maddie Ruiz and Alexis Rodriguez in right. Haley Evans behind the plate. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 here to Abigail Rodriguez. Just haven't had a reason to call their names because there hasn't been many plays to be made. I think Alexis is the only one that's had to make a defensive play today. The 0-2. This is popped up and might have a chance at it. Nope, it's going to go off of the netting, so fortunately can't play the carom off of that. And they'll stay 0-2. Almost no room behind home plate on a softball field. Or at least this softball field. There are some others that there's a little bit more room behind. And this is hit well in the air out to right field. Rodriguez chasing after, makes a nice grab in foul territory for out number 2. They're going to try to tag up and go to third. And they got her. What a play to end the game. Double play there for the Lady Tigers, and I believe that is all she wrote, right? That should be out number 3. It is. And that's it for game 1. What a nice team play there as Rodriguez made the catch. Got it into the infield. I believe that was Kosum that tossed it forward to the third baseman, and they get the out. So the Lady Tigers pick up the double killing there, and we are done after 3 innings here of game number 1. We'll come back and get you a full recap of this first game, in case you just maybe tuned in. And we'll return here with the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions do apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Is your out-of-town bank or credit union giving you the best mortgage deal? Don't let loyalty cost you. This is Justin at First National Bank. Speak with one of our experts to learn how much you can save.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all on subject to credit approval.
Dreaming of sandy beaches or unforgettable family adventures? This is Susie Orwell with First National Bank. A personal loan can help you discover your dream vacation. Apply today. It's closer than you think.
First National Bank, member FDIC, all on subject to credit approval.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. They're going to do senior day here between games. Like I said, it's always a fun thing that they do is give some accolades to the Gadsden seniors as well. And so they bring out some gifts and everything for everybody. And senior day is one of my favorite things with all sports. It's a great opportunity for these kiddos that have stuck it out through 4 years, 5 years for a lot of them, and even further back than that, and they were playing youth softball and things. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of time away from family. It's a lot of doing late night homework, and there's a lot to it. It's a lot of fun as well, but it's definitely a pretty big sacrifice for these athletes and their parents and everybody involved. So. A lot to be said about all the work that they put in. All right, let's go ahead and recap this game that just took about an hour and lasted 3 innings. In the bottom of the first inning, Lady Tigers, an error from Monty Kosa, or I should say got on with an error to Monty Kosa. Haley Evans, a single, and then Chloe Lenard doubled, picked up a couple RBIs. Pop out for Davi Gonzalez. Alyssa Bautista doubled in a run. Single for Ice Ortiz, a walk for Alexis Rodriguez. Maddie Ruiz grounded out and picked up an RBI, and then Andrea Sanchez grounded out in that inning. Amani Kosum led things off in the second inning with a triple. A 2-run home run from Haley Evans followed. Chloe Lenard would walk. Davi would pop out. A walk for Alyssa Bautista. An RBI single for Ice Ortiz. Then a walk for Alexis Rodriguez. A walk for Maddie Ruiz. A run did score prior to that. Alyssa Bautista on a throwing error by the catcher. And then a error Andres Sanchez reached on an error. That brought in a run. 2 RBI single for Amani Kosum, 2 RBI single for Haley Evans, single for Chloe Lunar, then a 2 RBI single for Davi Gonzalez. Ground out for Alyssa Bautista. RBI single for Ice Ortiz. Alexis Rodriguez picked up a single. And a fielder's choice ground out for Maddie Ruiz. And on the other side of things for Chloe Lunar, she struck out 6 and gave up just 1 hit, 1 walk, or 2 walks, I should say. And then just a wonderful double play defensively. Alexis Rodriguez, I think, made the 2 plays that were only in the field. She, it was a pop out in the second, then a line out into foul territory up the first base line as she tracked it down, made a great throw onto the infield and on the relay. They got the run around at third, so pretty darn impressive stuff for the Lady Tigers there. They're honoring Andres Sanchez now on her senior day as they've got everybody out on the field. Hey, this is the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. 16-0, Lady Tigers got the win as I ran through all of that there. So we're going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break off here, and we'll come back for game 2. If you're listening to us on the Alamo Sports YouTube channel, you'll want to make sure you go to the second link. That'll be if you go to the Facebook post, or if you just go to our YouTube channel, you can find that super easy. If you're listening to us anywhere else on the radio, on our websites, on our app, or your Alexa device, just stay tuned, and we'll be back here in probably about 10-15 minutes for game number 2. All right, let's go ahead and return here for ESPN Radio, and we'll be back in just a little bit. Stay with us here on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Hi, this is James Bowman, your Otero County Assessor. Please take time to review your Notice of Value. Do you have questions about exemptions or your property value? Please call 575-437-5310. Thank you.
Holloman Happenings, keeping you up to date with news and information throughout the Tularosa Basin.
This is Colonel Alfred Rosales, Deputy Wing Commander, Holloman Air Force Base. April is the month of the military child, a time to honor the strength, resiliency, and sacrifices of the children of our service members. Military kids are not just children of heroes. They make their own sacrifices in service to our nation. They face unique challenges, such as frequent moves, new schools, and sometimes long separations from loved ones. Yet, they show incredible courage and adaptability every day. This month, we celebrate their bravery, sacrifices, and unwavering support of their parents and our nation's military. Take a minute to thank a military child for their service to our country, and on the 25th of April, wear purple to show your support. To all military children, your strength inspires us. We honor you, and above all, we appreciate you. Thank you.
For more local news, find us at holloman.af.mil or on Facebook at Holloman AFB-49th Wing.
Charlie died after taking a single pill that turned out to be counterfeit.
He was having back issues, and it was a counterfeit poisonous pill.
Websites and social media selling fake medicines may look legitimate, but they're not. Drugs from these rogue pharmacies could have fillers like sawdust or deadly fentanyl.
He died in less than 15 minutes after taking the pill.
Now there's a free tool that can give you peace of mind. At safe.pharmacy, enter the pharmacy web address, and you'll know if the site you're using is safe.
If you're not getting your prescriptions from a legitimate source, that next dose you take could be your last.
We just don't want other people to go through what we're going through. It's just horrific.
Go to safe.pharmacy. Find out about fake medicine on social media and if the site you're buying from is safe.
What is your healing power? Maybe your healing power is helping veterans with PTSD, traumatic brain injuries, depression, anxiety, or loneliness. Is your healing power a simple, heartfelt letter or being a volunteer? It is estimated that over 500,000 current warfighters will return from service diagnosed with PTSD, and 22 veterans will commit suicide every day. Our veterans have paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country. At healvets.org, you can find out more about the healing power of pen pals, volunteers, therapy kits, and more. Discover your healing power at healvets.org. Help Heal Veterans, together with you, has been helping one recovering veteran at a time. We are helping veterans heal together. What is your healing power? To find out about your power, visit healvets.org. This PSA is sponsored by Help Heal Veterans.
I'm a wife and the mother of 2 kids, and I've got a good job.
Bye, Mom. See you, Mom.
A pretty important job. Because of my family and my job, I really care about this neighborhood. It's a good neighborhood. Yes, there's some crime. And when I drive to work, like now, I realize that some people here don't trust the police. So the police should be reaching out to this community, and this community should reach out to the police. That's the way to make this a safer place. And when I get to work in the precinct house and put on my uniform, I can tell you, as a police officer, that this department is reaching out to the community, and the community is doing its part. We're building partnerships. This should be happening everywhere. This is how we can all be safer. Get involved. Start the conversation.
Start the conversation and help stop crime. To learn the 5 things you can do, go to ncpc.org/prevent violent crime. A message from the National Crime Prevention Council and the Bureau of Justice Assistance.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, driver of the number 12 America's Tire Ford Mustang. Wonder what gets me through to the checkered flag? A quick pit stop to check my tires and wheels. No matter where you're driving, properly maintained tires can make all the difference in tough weather conditions and when it comes to needing safe stopping power. Book a safety check online to get your tires inspected at a local tire retailer or do a quick tread depth check at home.
A message from the U.S. Tire Manufacturers Association.
HIV is not a crime, or it shouldn't be.
It's time for the laws to catch up to science.
Join the Elizabeth Taylor AIDS Foundation to modernize outdated HIV criminalization laws. Go to etaf.org. Campaign funded through the support of Gilead Sciences Incorporated.
Because everything is tied to that. Here was LeBron James, Andre, the Lakers forward, on how much longer he plans to play last night.
How many more years will we see you play?
I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. Something I sit down with my family, my wife, and my support group and kind of just talk through it and see what happens. And then just have a conversation with myself on how long I want to continue to play. I don't know the answer to that right now, to be honest. So we'll see.
Do you believe he doesn't know the answer to that?
Not really. So as I was just asking Kurt, I did not read anything into what LeBron said last night. I feel like that's the standard thing he says at the end of the season. If anything, kind of like we saw with J.J. Redick, it could have been a little bit of a jab at Luka that like, hey, there's a chance that I could leave. So if you want to try to build a championship squad with me here, I'm going to need you to lock in and come in as cut up Luka to start next season. But outside of that, I would be shocked if he walked away for some of the reasons that Kurt laid out, though Kurt didn't really say he wouldn't retire. He said he wouldn't leave L.A. because, the girl dad and the $1 billion decision, all those things. But I note that LeBron has another child, right? We know about Bronny's on the team with him, and he's got his daughter. But he also has another son, Bryce, whose team just won the state championship and who potentially could be joining the league himself in a couple years. Right. So I wouldn't be surprised if nothing else, LeBron might want to stick around to see if he could get Bryce into the league the way that he did Bronny.
Oh, wait, hold on. You have LeBron sticking. I mean, we're not going to head towards a world where LeBron James is going to become the first dad to play with both of his kids, right?
We're absolutely. Have you met LeBron's image? Do you think if Bryce can make the NBA, then LeBron is going to walk away the year before he comes into the league?
So is it the year before? Is he coming in? How old is Bryce?
I believe Bryce was a senior this year. So I think he's already committed to, is it Arizona? He's committed to a school next year. So
and he's the one that's supposed to be even better than Bronny, right? Because his size, he's a lot bigger than Bronny.
So potentially. It was like Bronny was the better player, but Bryce had the better size. So if his game grows into his size, then Bryce has higher upside.
Okay, so we're talking one more year where Bryce would be in college for a year, and then if he's a one and done, then it was Arizona, by the way. If he's a one and done out of Arizona, then he'll get drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers when LeBron forces their hand.
I mean, pretty much. I mean,
but what's funny about that's also when Bronny's deal expires with the Lakers, right?
Yeah.
So like he'll just trade one kid out for another.
I mean, so I think about, there was this TV show called Billions, right?
Yeah.
And I remember the main character who was a billionaire saying essentially, what's the point of having FU money if you can't say FU? That's kind of where LeBron is. Like, what's the point of being LeBron